You know what? For some reason, I don't know why, but I could almost see Riri driving around in a Rolls Royce with missing hubcaps.
Hello, black hole. See this brother winning, man. What is your win, babe? What is your win, babe?
Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's looky would be our Gold Coast Wooden Bangle Bundle. I only have 2 sets outside of the set that I have. So if you like it, go on over there and check it out. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. Now, let's continue to talk about, TT's Deliver Us from Temptation. The tragic and shocking story of the Temptations and Motown. He might as well say the Temptations and the Supremes, because it's a lot of the Supremes book in here. Y'all know he got another book, All That Glitters, something like that. That's his first book. I'm like, well, damn, if you're spilling the Supremes tea in the Temptations book, what is you doing over there in the Supremes book? This promised to be an unforgettable event. Of that I was sure. Aretha had personally and especially requested that Dennis, her one-time living lover, sing one of her favorite songs at the affair. A song that was Dennis's trademark. Leon Russell's A Song for You. Now, I feel like an egg because I thought that was Donny Hathaway's song. Dennis had recorded it, and the Queen of Soul herself had also recorded it on her much-acclaimed album, Let Me In Your Life. But although we were all in that ain't too proud to beg mode and tried hard to persuade him, sing it like only you can, we told him, Dennis was extremely reluctant to sing A Song for You at Aretha's party. He kept saying, no, I'm not going to sing that song there. It looked like a personal thing to me, almost as if singing that song would be too much of an emotional drain for Dennis at this time and under those circumstances. Who knows, Dennis Edwards could have sang that song to her right before he was about to climb on top of her and do his business. Just for the regular person like myself, I can feel emotionally drained off the song. So if he didn't want to sing it, he didn't want to sing it. But knowing Riri, she probably was like, I'm going to remind him of what is so good about the Riri. Just getting to the party proved to be an event in itself. As usual, David Ruffin missed 3 or 4 planes. The man was a travel agent's worst nightmare. I had to keep rebooking his flight arrangements throughout the day. But finally, in shifts, we all arrived at the hotel Aretha had selected for us. It was rumored that she owned it, together with a great deal of prime Detroit real estate. Believable. Finally, up came one limo. A Cadillac that appeared to be dying a dirty death, with a chauffeur who looked like he had just relished the last sip of Gypsy Rose in a bottle. Riri sent this car for y'all, he mumbled. David prayed it could make it back to the house. So we piled into the limo and rode through lush Bloomfield Hills, past tall, stately trees, high security fences, shielding the mansions behind them, big, broad entryways, beautifully manicured lawns, and scenic views. We reached Aretha's mansion in about 10 minutes. It was a sprawling, stark, white house, a complete extravaganza of contemporary high-tech, the definitive architectural statement on a massive circular drive. If the blue Rolls Royce, missing its hubcaps, and the Excalibur had not been there in the driveway, this house would have looked like a square spaceship newly arrived on Earth. Girl! But you know what? For some reason, I don't know why, but I could almost see Riri driving around in a Rolls Royce with missing hubcaps. I don't know why, but that just doesn't surprise me. We were welcomed in by Aretha's sister and sometime a background singer, Aretha Franklin. Now, catch this T if you ain't already noticed, because remember, we did the Respect book by David Ritz, right? That's another big hit for this book club. I would say this book and the Respect book is two of our greatest hits. The T is, if y'all didn't know, you know Dennis Edwards was scurrying around with the Irma because the other one, what's the other sister? Is it Carolyn, the pussy sucker? Y'all know I'm married to a woman, but Carolyn, you know, she like the lady. Irma had Dennis first. Riri stole Dennis from Irma. That's right, you heard me. The stark white walls were covered in gold and platinum records and with photographs of Aretha spanning her whole career. Ooh, I bet you that thing is beautiful. Her house really should be a museum. I wonder if it is, y'all, or did one of her grandchildren come in and sell everything? I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just being honest. I handled all the arrangements for Aretha, said Irma. Already in a party mood at 2:45 in the afternoon, the place is going to be packed tonight. The Four Tops are coming to hear you guys, and the mayor might stop by too. Strategically placed among all the photographs on the walls were several large framed pictures of Dennis Edwards and of Dennis and Aretha. It was like a shrine to Dennis in there. What? Wait a minute. Ooh, I could see it. Ooh, I could see the Dennis Edwards just laying me down. If I wasn't married, just laying me down, singing me songs. I can turn the gray skies blue. Oh! There were so many pictures that Eddie started kidding him. Dennis, you didn't tell me you had a house up here in Bloomfield Hills. Dennis flashed his handsome, boyish grin, but it seemed as if he didn't find the comment the least bit amusing. Me and Aretha could have made it, Dennis once told me. But when you get Aretha, you get the Queen's staffs and guards. It was like that with Aretha the times we stayed together. She had her security guards, her hair guy, her makeup guy, her secretary, her assistant, her cook, her this and her that, all wanting something from her. And I just got tired of living with all those people constantly in the house. He told me he was worried that Aretha might be seeking to rekindle an old romance tonight. We all wondered if it would work. Dennis was in a marriage that didn't appear to be a match made in heaven. Plus, his career was definitely in need of the kind of shot in the arm Aretha could give. We went downstairs for sound check to a huge area carpeted in white and discovered that the sound men were only just beginning to set up the equipment. It was obvious that there wouldn't be time for rehearsal. Eddie's displeasure grew. He seemed very annoyed at something, but nobody was quite sure what, and nobody wanted to ask. I could only assume that he felt he was not being given the full star treatment. He headed us back to the hotel where he began to process and prepare for the evening ahead. What I'm gathering from this little piece of information is that Eddie Kendricks is highly upset that he is not the center of attention today. Okay? Today is not your day, Eddie. Every day can't be your day, mama's boy, because remember, who was that? Flo called Eddie Kendricks, Kendrick, a mama's boy. And hold on, while I'm mentioning Flo, let me say this, okay? It's a dude that done contacted me, that done threatened my goddamn life because I'm speaking about his grandmother, okay? First of all, young man, or not so young man, because you look like you're an old man from your picture. First of all, old man, you new around here. You don't know that I give Florence Ballard and every Motown celebrity their kudos. I would not waste my breath and talk about anyone that I did not have respect for, okay? Even, I don't like Ray J ass, but I got enough respect for him to know that he done surpassed his sister right now. Okay, that's a little bit of shade, but still, young man, young old man, I know you ain't nothing but an inspiring rapper, right? And you're trying to come up off some bullshit, okay? But nobody is trying to disrespect your grandmammy. That's if Florence Ballard is really your grandmammy. Anyway, back to Eddie Kendrick, okay? So Eddie Kendrick in his feelings because he feels like he's not getting his proper shine today. Baby, today is for Dennis, okay? Today is for Dennis, tight corduroy wearing ass Edwards, not you, Eddie Kendrick. Riri didn't choose you. In the middle of it all, my personal manager, Pat, arrived and knocked on my door. Tony, she said, there's a man calling for you in the hallway. What man? She looked stunned and embarrassed. I don't know, but this man is in the hallway. He's buck naked. He's soaking wet, and he's screaming for you to please get him a razor. Looking down the corridor, I told him, oh, girl, that's David Ruffin. Pat, bitch, you don't know who David Ruffin is? Stop it. Stop it. Girl, that skinny man I passed in the hallway? That man, dripping wet, standing halfway in and halfway out his doorway, butt naked, who just said, oh, hi, to me, like he was fully dressed. That is David Ruffin. Yes, that's what makes him a star, I informed her. He's eccentric. He's different. He's very daring. He's an international idol. He's my godfather. The phone rang. It was Eddie, who informed me that he wanted to go to Aretha's, do the show, get paid, and get out. He didn't like the way Aretha was having things handled so far, and he seemed wary. I want our whole staff out too. Let everyone know that I said no one is to hang around at Aretha's after the performance. Eddie, is you turning into the oldest? Rarely was Eddie so firm and determined in his decision. The staff wasn't thrilled, especially me. We'd had our hopes set on plenty of fun and food. Nevertheless, I had to agree with my boss. The whole setup seemed haphazard, especially coming from a respected performer like Aretha, who should know the sound checks can make or break a show. Look, Riri running shit the way that she runs shit. Irma's like, oh, I arranged the whole thing. Irma, I expected better from you, though, baby. Riri, yes. Irma, no. We went back to Aretha's and found that the bedroom that had been given to the temps as a dressing room was everything you might have expected. All laid out with a lavish buffet set on white and gold china. As soon as Aretha heard that Dennis, Eddie, and David had arrived, she came knocking on the door as if she was coming backstage at a theater. She looked surprisingly slim and shapely and was wearing her own hair very short. In her strapless blue sequin mini dress, she looked stunning. Aretha came in with her hand on her hip, a cigarette dangling from her lips, and some man in tow. Without so much as a small hello to anyone else, the Queen of Soul immediately asked Dennis, are you singing our song? If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com for these gold hand-painted by me wood bangles. Now remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one.